pessoal, aqui Mário do Quebrando, Controle, e é uma grande satisfação da gente poder entrevistar o Alexey Pajitnov, criador do TETRIS, um dos meus ídolos. Particularmente estou muito feliz, muito emocionado de estar aqui podendo entrevistá-lo. A gente vai bater um pouquinho o papo da perspectiva dele sobre o Tetris, como o jogo foi criado, enfim. Hello, nice to meet you here in BGS. It's a pleasure to know you. And do you have any message for the Brazilian public? What do you think about BGS?
Well, I'm very honored to be invited here, and this is my third day and 3 days of enjoyment of this show. It's unbelievably good show. I'm very impressed, and I'm very honored to get the Life Achievement Award here. It is a big honor for me and for my game, and I understand that Tetris is still loved here, and I'm very pleased with this fact.
Yeah, I have some questions, and I'm going to the second one because in recent years we have the perspective of people trying to know more about Tetris, and we have the H key from Brian Brox Brown. I don't know if you know about this comic book.
Yes.
Yeah.
I probably seen it. I didn't watch it carefully, but I've seen it.
It's an awesome comic book with a whole history of creation of Tetris, and most recently we have the movie on Apple TV. And what do you think? Why people want to know the history of the creation of Tetris? What do you think about it?
Well, first of all, it's already quite a distance. It happened 40 years ago. So new generation are curious about what's happened with their, how it happened and what was the history behind the stuff. I can say you much about comic book. I've seen it. I probably glanced it very quickly. I don't know whether it's accurate or not. I'm so sorry. But the movie I know very well because well, first of all, it's not movie about me.
Yeah.
It's about my friend Hank Rogers, and he's studying there, and that's about his investment in my game. We did work very closely with the script writer, and we kind of fight with him a lot about the stuff, and we made sure that the main story is very accurate. So as far as business is concerned,
Okay.
all this personage, all these deals, all this interest, all these platforms and stuff, everything was very adequate and accurate. That's what happened in real life. As far as car chase is concerned, it's a little bit Hollywoodish. You know, the movies should have some excitement in it.
Okay. And Tetris is a game that can be played for young children to the old people. Everyone can play Tetris. What do you think about the game that is relevant from 40 years from now? And how do you think young people and old people can play this game? What's your perspective of your creation in this sense?
Well, basically, yes. This is game for everybody. It's the content of the game is abstract. It doesn't kind of apply to your love to, I don't know, to small dolls or to Barbie or whatever. So basically, it is pleased for everyone. That's very important thing. But the more important thing that there is no violence in the game. You have really strong illusion that you are creating something.
Yeah.
The game
Yeah.
is have very strong constructive spirit, and I strongly believe that people are about construct rather than destroy. So that's why this game is still popular.
And did you imagine the creation of the game, the evolution from the first prototype of the game, did you imagine that you're creating a game that will been played for all this long?
Well, when I work on my very first version of the game, and it just start breathing on the screen, the code.
Yeah.
It was no decoration, there was no scoring, it was just a movement on the screen. I can't stop playing myself. I spent 2 weeks just playing, pretending that I am debugging something. But at this moment I realized that this is a very good game, but I never expect anything like that happen. That's absolutely unbelievable.
And what do you think about the evolution of the game in the sense of the skills levels of the player? We have many uh, different Tetris along the years. And how do you think the levels of the game, not the games itself, but the levels of the games when we are playing, uh, the how the player can evolve
Yeah.
playing the game?
Yeah, that's the matter of the balance of the game. So frankly saying, I did a very good balance for my very first version, and I probably set some good standard for
Yeah.
it. And since the Tetris become really lucky with the good balance in practically in every version, there was some trouble in history sometimes, but in the most version it's very well developed, and it has a really long what we call the learning curve.
Yeah.
So just average game is about 25 to 30 hours of learning curve.
Yeah.
I was told that some Tetris or some version of Tetris is about 80-90 hours. So it's quite a good balance. So I'm really pleased with it.
And what are your thoughts about the games as a tool for the formation of children and for the good health of good mental health of old people? How do you think games can contribute for it and your game itself?
Well, there is some really good treats in many of the games, but my strong belief, to be frank with you, that the game are strictly for entertainment.
Yeah.
Games should be fun. Period.
Okay.
If it delivers you something else, that's great. But if not, that's great as well.
Okay.
So that's important point. The other point is it is a very wrong thing to try to use game for education. Oh, during my career, I did so many attempts to marry give games and education. They don't work together. But as far as training skill is concerned, the game are very appropriate. So every time when the young designer want to do the game, want to use the games for education, forget it. But for training, for improving skill, that's the way.
Nice perspective. And our last question is: can you tell about upcoming projects from you and for Tetris Inc.?
Well, I'm almost 70. It's time for me to retire. So I'm involved in several slow projects. My heart is still in puzzles, so I do small puzzle games time to time.
Okay.
But they are nothing compared to my main game. So it's just 5-minute enjoyments or something like that.
I have to thank you. It was awesome to know you and talk about all the subjects we have here and come back again. I think many people that couldn't be here in BGS would love to know you and come in next years. Do you have any message for Brazilian people?
Yeah, thank you very much for your question. That was very good interview. I really appreciate it. And Usually I don't have message. The only message I have is that play Tetris, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.